We live in a day and age now where we are so assaulted with wickedness. It is everywhere. It is all around. I mean, you can find more wicked images on accident than a kid 40 or 50 years ago could find on purpose. And we are being assaulted with sin every day. And the internet has really, in some ways, become a blessing and a curse to the world. I remember years ago there was a man who was preaching, and he said he was a pastor of a church, and somebody in his church got involved with something on the internet, and they had to go to court and testify on behalf of kind of like a character witness for the person who had done some terrible things on the internet. And the judge told that pastor, said, the internet has become the worst enemy that the church has ever had. And I've thought about that through the years. The internet has become a terrible thing. Now, there's some good that can be done, of course. We can have a YouTube channel and we can talk about all kinds of things and reach millions of people, of course. And we do that and we take advantage of the opportunities we have. But there are negatives to this as well. And one of those negatives, I think, especially with young people, is something called TikTok. Hey guys, your friend Spencer here. I want to share with you a great article that just came out just about 5 days ago from CNBC. It says TikTok's effects on kids and teens under investigation by states. TikTok is under investigation by a bipartisan group of state attorneys general to determine if the popular short-term video platform negatively affects the health of their younger users. The attorney general are seeking to find out the app violates the state consumer protection laws. And the probe is the latest evidence of momentum behind the push for greater protections for children online. And, I think that there is damage being done. The article says here TikTok is under investigation by a bipartisan group of state attorneys to determine if the popular short-term video platform's design, operations, or promotion to young users negatively affects their physical or mental health. The AGs are seeking to find out if the short-form video app violated state consumer protection laws. The probe is the latest evidence of momentum behind the push for greater protections for children online. On Tuesday night, Joe Biden explicitly called for a ban on targeting advertising to children on social media during his State of the Union address. Frances Haugen, of the former Facebook employee who leaked internal documents that showed the company's research into the impact of its product on teens' mental health, was a guest at the annual address. Her testimony before Congress spurred a series of hearings which tech executives on the subject of better protecting kids on their platforms and helped to inspire new legislation to require more significant guardrails. Now, here's the deal. I want to say that just a couple of thoughts about social media. Social media is new, and it is something that everybody in the world, we're trying to figure this out, and what are the long-term consequences of social media. And truth be told, I don't think anybody knows. I don't think anybody knows yet because not enough time has passed. And, but we are now living in the TikTok generation. Everybody wants to be a YouTube star. Everybody wants to be a TikTok star. And many of these people that are on TikTok, these very famous people, are young, attractive people doing crazy dances or just whatever. And a lot of youth pastors have asked me, what do I think about, social media usage and whatever. And really, it is the fault of the parents of these children for allowing them to be on these platforms and be exposed to all kinds of terrible things. Now, let me say this about TikTok. TikTok is, of course, a Chinese app. Donald Trump tried to have it banned in America because of the privacy stuff, and there's a lot of data that it uses. And by the way, Facebook is a platform that is designed to spy on you and collect all of your personal data. When an app is free, listen to me, when an app is free, you are the product. And Facebook, what it does, it takes all of your data. Like right here, I'm sitting here with my phone sitting next to me. The Facebook app on my phone is listening to me talk right now, even if your phone is off, it is listening to you talk, and it is hearing keywords that you say. So if you talk about broccoli all the time, your Facebook app is listening to that, and it is actually going to target you with farming apps and farmers markets, and I don't even know if there is broccoli companies out there, vegetable companies or whatever. It's going to target you according to the words that you say. And, that's what Facebook does. Now, YouTube is more of a long-term video platform and is specifically designed to, to have conversations and things like that. And it reads more of the cookies in your computer. So if you get a Bethel advertisement on my videos, it's because you type in religious stuff. You're searching for Bible-based stuff, and so it's reading all that in your computer and giving you ads according to that. That's what it's doing. But TikTok, in the same manner, is taking your personal information and giving you what you think it wants. Now, I did this a couple weeks ago. I went and got a TikTok app, the TikTok app on my phone, and I went and just checked it out and looked at it for a bit. And one thing you have to understand about these apps is that the more information you give it, the more type of content it can send your way. But the default setting on these apps out of the box is designed to be like as hellish and wicked as it possibly can be. Okay, like if I pull up TikTok on my phone right now, I'm going to get I've got a couple keto things on there, and that's some of the stuff that I get on there. But that's because I've given it some information and whatever. But I was surprised. And a lot of people are talking about this. I was surprised about how many witchcraft apps or accounts really are on TikTok, and how many there's girls on there that dance, and they're very. I mean, I'm talking about like this should be illegal. Some of the provocative things that they're doing on their TikTok app, on their account. It's just bizarre, some of the horrible things that's happening. But there's a couple things here that I want to say just from the Bible here. Number one, Psalm 101 verse 3, I will set no wicked thing before mine eyes. I hate the work of them that turn aside. It shall not cleave to me. So we need to guard our eyes. And I was talking to a guy today at the gym, and he's a good fellow, lives across town, goes to a different church than we do. And he was telling me, he said, the reason I like this gym is because there's not a bunch of half-naked women walking around this gym. He said, I need to guard my eyes. And I agreed with him. I mean, that's part of the reason why I go there as well. But not only that, we need to guard our eyes, we also need to guard our thoughts. And Philippians chapter 4 has a great verse on this about what you ought to think on. Philippians 4:8, finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue and if there be any praise, think on these things. So the Bible tells you what you ought to think on. Now, listen, when you have like 14-year-old girls doing very provocative things and cussing and listening to rap music and whatever on the TikTok app, you're violating both of these Bible verses. Now, my mind is not a garbage can, and all your trash should not go in there. And this is a principle that encompasses more than just one social media app on your phone. It really should dictate all consumption of all media that you have. And so, here's the deal. There is going to be a negative effect on kids. You're going to find a lot more kids addicted to pornography as a result of things like this. You're going to find a lot more kids that have low self-esteem because, my TikTok account only has 500 followers versus yours that has 500,000 followers. And really, I fear that we are raising a generation of people who fame is a lot more accessible in these days. It used to be, it was just the Hollywood elites who were able to be famous. But, anybody with a phone can just out of nowhere be famous all of a sudden, and that's going to put that has social consequences really. And so we're finding a lot about that. But truth be told, here's what we need to do as Christian parents, and I am a Christian parent. I have 4 kids. We need to do everything we can to instill principles into our children that kind of make TikTok fame and social media fame something that is distasteful to some degree to them. For example, I want my kids to grow up to do the will of God and not chase fame. I don't want them doing that. There's a lot of young kids now that are starting like Minecraft accounts, and they're just playing Minecraft on YouTube and streaming their gaming and stuff like that. That's not all it's cracked up to be. Our YouTube channel right now, we're crossing 150,000 subscribers, and that's great and well, but I don't view that as like a glorious thing. I view that as like a weight of responsibility that I have to put out good content and biblical-based content. But here's the deal. I want to say this about this investigation. Yes, there's going to be a negative effect on kids. This is turning children into goofballs, and these kids are, young people nowadays are not being encouraged to be mature or wise. I want to tell you this, guys. There is a long-term effect that this has on people, and but here's the deal. I think to some degree, by just targeting just TikTok, I think that there's a little bit of intellectual dishonesty there in that we should be targeting all of them. Is there a negative effect on Facebook? Yeah, I think so. Is there a negative effect on Twitter? Yeah, I think so. Because what you're doing is you're giving people access to you who hate your guts and want to let you know, and so therefore you're almost inviting criticism on you. And online bullying has become a thing in past days. I mean, there's been a lot of kids who have done unspeakable things to themselves as a result of trying to escape bullying and things like that. Just horrible things. And I think TikTok is a problem. But I think it's not necessarily TikTok's fault. I think it's the home, the parents. You parents need to know what your kids are looking at. You parents need to not be handing TikTok apps to your kids and let them have phones and let them have full access to this stuff. They'll get things in their mind that they will never be able to escape. And I'm telling you, there's a problem. The future generation here that is coming up is a bad. It doesn't look good. Now let me show you a verse here that I looked at the other day out of Peter, and it was the word cursed there in the New Testament. Let me see here, 2 Peter chapter 2 verse 14. Having eyes full of adultery, and that cannot cease from sin, beguiling unstable souls, and heart they have exercised with covetous practices. Now look, that's really bad. That is a person who is in terrible shape morally, spiritually, and ethically. But I think the rest of the verse gives us some insight into where all this started for these kids. Well, for these people, really. It says right there, cursed children. And when you hand sin to a kid, sometimes what they get into at the age of 10, 11, and 12 sticks with them for the rest of their life, and they never get over it. They never get over it. And let's see, there's that old verse in the book of Proverbs here just came to my mind. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he's old, he shall not depart from it. There it is, Proverbs 22:6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. So you can, whatever you train a kid into is what they will be when they grow up. You're setting a course for your child. You're instilling things in their character now that they will never be able to escape. And if you put the negative things in there, then that stuff's going to take root and compound over the course of their life. And if you don't do that, I mean, if you put good things into their mind and heart, biblical things, then that stuff will take root in their heart and mind and will compound, and they'll have a wonderful, useful, glorious life. They really will. But we have to get them while they're young. And that's very important. So, hey guys, if there's a red subscribe button below, hit that button. We want you guys to be a part of all the videos we have coming up next. It's going to be a great thing. We appreciate you guys. And consider becoming a channel member. That'll be a wonderful thing. We appreciate that so very much. And you can support our channel for as little as $1.99 a month. And there's a lot of good content we have there. So that'll be great. So God bless you guys. And we will see you next time. Have a good day.